I'd like to welcome you to Doctor in the Making, where we will be discussing all topics related to medicine with the top influencers and doctors in the state of Florida.
Female rejuvenation has been a really hot topic for the last few years and growing that way because people are just becoming aware that you can actually do something about some of these problems. Now, female rejuvenation, it really is a term that can mean a couple of different things. Female rejuvenation can relate to the external appearance of a woman's vagina. It can also relate to the function of the vagina, the internal feelings, moistness, things like that. And depending upon what problems you have, or just if you want to spruce things up, there are a lot of options. Now, the external appearance can be changed in a couple of different ways. There are external treatments that use radio frequency that can tighten the tissue. You'll get a little bit of tightening. It'll make things look a little bit firmer. Sometimes women in the labia majora, the outer lips, or the labia minora, the inner lips, will be a little floppy as you get older, after childbirth. A lot of changes can happen. So if you're looking to tighten the appearance of that up, and actually tighten it up quite literally, you can use external treatments using radio frequency, and that's a nice way to firm that tissue without having any surgical procedure. If you have a lot of excess tissue, then that's just not going to give you enough of a firming response. So you may want to consider having surgery, and that type of surgery is something called a labiaplasty. That's where the outer lips are typically left alone, although they can be altered as well, but the inner lips, the labia minora, are the ones that you're going to try and trim and make a little closer to the labia majora, make it look a little bit more neat and firm in the end, and get rid of any floppy excess tissue that not only for appearance but functionally can get in the way. I've had a lot of patients tell me that when they're riding a bike or they're in the gym or running, there can be chafing, it can just be uncomfortable, and just socially wearing a tight bikini, and I am in Miami, a lot of women are wearing bikinis and it doesn't look the way they want it to look. So having a labiaplasty is a fairly straightforward operation to trim the excess tissue. Typically the scars are almost undetectable because that tissue heals so well, and it can really change someone's life. So if you're not very comfortable with your appearance in the labia minora, in the vagina, the external appearance, there are options. And if you're not comfortable with the internal function, a lot of women after childbirth or as they age will get dry. Some women will get looser after childbirth and not have the same sexual gratification, not feel the same amount of friction during sex. There's all sorts of options that used to exist, and there's now a limited palette of options because the FDA kind of cracked down on that because there are a lot of claims being made. So you have to be careful about which procedure you choose to treat the internal vagina. The one that I recommend and that we offer in my office is something called Thermiva. And Thermiva has been reviewed by the FDA and is in fact one of very few, it might be the only one that's currently cleared to treat women's health for the internal vagina, and it does use radio frequency. There's a lot of different effects that are great for the women with certain problems. The simple ones are, of course, tightening, and that's the number one reason that people think about internal female rejuvenation. It also increases moisture, so if you have dry walls of the vagina, that could lead to pain during sex. Vaginal atrophy, atrophic vaginitis, is one of the terms used for dry and irritated walls of the vagina. That can get better with these treatments. Of course, the tightening is an effect that you can count on. And the thing to me that really makes this an incredible treatment for a lot of women is that after childbirth, a lot of women will suffer with stress incontinence. You know, if you're in the gym, jumping up and down, working out, straining, and you have a little bit of leaking urine. If you have a leaky bladder when you're really active, especially after childbirth, this can really change things. I've seen women go from having a significant amount of stress incontinence, a lot of leaky bladder, all of a sudden, they're better. And it's just with a very simple treatment that's done in the office. There's no recovery, there's no pain. to me, it's a no-brainer for any woman really suffering with stress incontinence. Women that are uncomfortable in the gym, have to try and use pads, run to the bathroom a lot. It can really make a great impact. So externally, I think you can use external radiofrequency treatments to tighten things in if you want to go non-surgical. Labiaplasty is a terrific procedure for the right woman that really wants to change her appearance and has too much excess skin, excess mucosa for just the radiofrequency to help. And then internally, things like the stress incontinence, I mean, what a huge difference it can make. Tightening, increasing moisture. It also increases sexual gratification because it has a direct effect on nerves. So many great effects of female rejuvenation internally. So that's your quick and dirty tour of female rejuvenation.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more, click the like button below and follow me on Instagram at @doctorinthemaking_. Also, if there's a topic you'd like to see us talk about, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. And always remember, be grateful.